In our previous videos, we installed qBittorrent, Radar, and Prowlarr. Today, we're going to install Sonarr so that way we can organize our TV shows and anime. To do this, click the search button and let's search for Sonarr. So that's Sonarr, and we're going to run the latest one from the Linux server. So just click Run to download the image. Once completed, the Run a New Container will display. Open the optional settings and just give it a name. We're just going to call this Sonarr. For the host port, we're going to just type the same that's on the right, which is 8989. If you have another container using that same port, you'd need to change that number or turn off the other container. Now for the volumes, we're going to do the same things as what we did for Radar. So create a folder on your desktop and let's just call this Sonarr. So in Radar, we have our config file. We're just going to create one in Sonarr and we'll call it config. So firstly, let's link up the config file of Sonarr. So Sonarr config. We'll select that one and we'll link that to the config path. Let's open a new one. Now in qBittorrent, in our completed folder, we created a Radar folder. So what we're going to do here is create a new one called Sonarr. This is where our completed series, once downloaded, will go into this Sonarr folder. So if we click that here in the host path, go to qBittorrent, completed Sonarr, and in the container we'll link that to the downloads. So the two volumes we are creating is one for the config file, so that way all your settings get saved. So if you remove your container or recreate it, you'll have the same settings, and where our movies or TV series for Sonarr gets downloaded to. Next, we're going to link up where we're going to move the files after it's downloaded. So for us, since I'm using Jellyfin, I'm going to put it to our media path in Jellyfin. So just go to wherever you have your Jellyfin location for your media, and you've got TV shows, that's where we're going to put it. We're not going to use movies because we did that for Radar. For Sonarr, just we're using TV shows. And here, we'll just call this one TV. If you have a separate path for anime, you can just do the exact same thing and call that anime. The spelling of these don't matter that much. The only case sensitive the spelling is for the config and downloads. Once you're ready, just click Run. If you move to the side, you'll be able to see Sonarr installing. Once it's completed, it'll say it's done, and I'll show you what happens next. Once it says it's done, we're ready to go. So you can just click the link here or here, or just go to localhost 8989 to view Sonarr. Once you're on Sonarr, we're just going to fill in the same authentication required screen, just like we did for Radar. So for the method, we'll just do forms. For username, let's just add Sonarr, and a password for that as well. Once you're ready, just click Save, and you're ready to go. So there is a few important settings that we're going to go through to get Sonarr set up before we can start using it. Firstly, go to the Settings tab, and let's go to Media Management. Make sure both of these are ticked, so we'll rename the episode so that way we can have it in a clean format. As you can see here, if you have a single episode, it's going to be the title, Season 1, Episode 1, and the title and the format. I don't need all of these details, so what I'll do is I will just remove this and delete that. So all we have is going to be the series title, Season 1, Episode 1. So it could be The Big Bang Theory, Season 1, Episode 1, and multi-titles will be Season 1, Episode 1 to Episode 3. And you can do the same for both. Just do whatever you'd like, and you can just delete it, keep it, whatever, however you want to keep it. For the season folder format, if you want one onwards, you can leave it like it is, but For me, I like having it as 01 to 02, 03, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to keep it, put the colon 00, so that way we can leave it like this. Now, make sure we tick the unmonitored deleted episode. This way, if you delete an episode from your file, if you don't want that series anymore, it won't automatically download it. Now let's add some paths to where we're going to download the files to. So we created that TV folder, as mentioned before, which is linked to the media. So as you can see on our Jellyfin, we have King of Queens, but we can just leave that and just press OK. So we're linking up to the TV folder. That's what we want to see here. Once you're ready, just click Save Changes. In the profiles, if you've already done this through Radar, the process is exactly the same. So whichever profile you select to download, it will download anything in that profile, whatever it finds. You can click it to edit it, and you can select Upgrade Allowed. What this will do is it would upgrade any file type if it's below this file until it's reached. So I like getting up to 1080p. So therefore, it'll download this one if this is the only one available. But if a better quality comes up, it will download a better copy of the series. So just click Save, and it'll be blue. So it'll download from here up to here. And that's all we'll need to do in the profile section. In the quality, you'll see every single quality you have and the file size of it. You can adjust it as you'd like. So for example, Blu-ray 1080p, we can drag this one to go to maximum being 40 gigs, or you can drag it down to like an 8 gig file. The middle one is the preferred file size. So you can adjust that and get your settings how you'd like it. Once you're done, click Save Changes. Custom formats, we leave blank. Indexes, we are not doing anything for the indexes because we're using Prowlarr. We haven't linked it up as of yet, so we'll leave that for now. In the download clients, that's where we're going to link up to qBittorrent, since that's what we installed earlier. So click the plus, scroll down to qBittorrent. Let's enable it. Let's put the username and password for qBittorrent. So what we're going to do here for the category, we're not going to leave it as TV/Sonarr. We're going to do Sonarr because that is the folder in qBittorrent. So if you go to your qBittorrent folder, completed Sonarr. So that way it knows which file it goes to. Right, so make sure we do that. For the initial state, for started, you can select these if you'd like, but you can always leave these blank. If we click test, it's not going to work because it doesn't go based on localhost like we did previously. So what you're going to want to do is put your IP address in the host section. If you followed the previous videos, you'll have the details on how to get your IP address. If not, just view those other videos and you'll get that. Alright, so put your IP address there and then click test. Once you have the green tick, you're ready to go, just click save. Now for the remote path, just click the plus, click the drop down button here under host, and you'll select your IP address. For the remote path, just write downloads, Sonarr. And for the local path, we'll just link that to the downloads folder. And just click save. Once you're ready, it'll say no changes, so you can't click save, so it should all be good to go. Now for all the other details, there is nothing you need to do here, but let's go to general to get your API key. So right here in general, if you scroll down a bit, you'll have the API key. Just click copy next to it. Now with this, we'll need to go back to Prowlarr. If you haven't seen that video, please watch that. Now go to settings and click apps. We've already done Radar, so what we're going to do now is link it up to Sonarr. So you click the plus next to Radar, click Sonarr. For the API key, place your API key here, and for the Prowlarr server, where it says localhost, we're just going to replace that with your IP address. And on the Sonarr server, we're going to replace that with your IP address as well. Once you're ready, just click test. You have the green tick. Once that's ready to go, just click save. Now you have Radar and Sonarr both loaded up on Prowlarr. So if you go back to the indexes in Sonarr, a lot of the indexes will automatically appear from the linking to Prowlarr. and that's it. You're ready to go. So here you can search for new series. So for example, Breaking Bad. And then you can see we have 5 seasons. It's ended. We can click it here. It'll automatically download to the TV folder that we have. We're going to monitor all episodes. You can choose to search missing episodes. We want to create a movie folder. Make sure the tags is empty. And we can start searching for missing episodes. And then we can add this. Once it's added, it'll automatically start downloading it and transferring it to the folder. Now here's a quick rundown of how to use Sonarr. So after you've added a series, you can see all the seasons below. These are unmonitored. So if you click to monitor it, it's going to search for all the movies. So you can select the movie you want to download. You can go for an automatic search and it'll automatically do it for you. You can do that here, or you can search monitored. At this present moment, nothing is monitored, so it won't work. But if you select monitor, it will work. Alternatively, you can click the person icon for an interactive search, and that would bring up a search for Season 5, Episode 16 through all those other indexes that you have on Prowlarr. Once it loads up, you'll see the title of the episode that you have, the file size, where it's coming from, and the quality of it. Here, you can select any of these 2 options here. The first one is Add to Download Queue, and the second one is Override and Add to Download Queue. So if you have a version that you didn't like, you can override it, or you can add to the queue if you want to have more than one, or just multiple of different seasons, really. And that's Sonarr, fully set up. Your TV shows are now completely automated from start to finish. At this point, you've built a powerful system from scratch. qBittorrent is handling your downloads, Radar is managing your movies, Sonarr is keeping your TV shows up to date, and Prowlarr is tying everything together behind the scenes. Before we wrap up, just a quick disclaimer, make sure you're only downloading content you legally own or have the rights to access. This setup is all about automation and convenience, but how you use it is your responsibility. If you followed along this far and now you've got a fully automated media setup, and that's no small thing. If there's anything else you'd like to see added to this setup, or if you've got questions, ideas, or run into any issues, drop a comment below. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is System from Scratch. I'll see you in the next one.